Okay, second video using the delay line transducer here. Just a little guy. Tried to set up for a 1/2 inch screen using the USM 35 this time. So, first things first, got my delay line. I've already put coupling between the delay line and the transducer itself. I did that just a couple minutes ago. Same step wedge, 0.1 to 0.5 steel, and it doesn't matter the material, you just change the velocity if you're using something else. So I'm going to plug in my transducer up here. Okay, so I'm there. Back, I'm going to take my delay and move that back to 0 here just to see if I can see something that happens. There we go, we're on 0. So I see my initial pulse, that's no problem. I'm going to roll my delay out. Whoops, there it went too fast. Just to see what this signal is, and I'm hoping it should be the end of the delay line, which it is. That's a good thing. So that's going to become my initial pulse, but I'm not going to do that yet because I want to do everything else first. So I'm going to see if I can do this. There we go. Then get it all into one frame. First things first, I'm going to change my range to 0.5. There it is. Material velocity 0.23. But in this case, you got to go to a 232 or 230 either way. USM 35 is a little different. Display delay, probe delay. I'm personally right now I'm going to use probe delay since I'm using a delay line transducer. That helps build in where I need to be. So we'll come back to this. I'm going to go to my receiver here, 0.8 to 8. I have a 15 megahertz transducer. 2 to 20, that looks fairly clean. Full wave rectify, that's fine. So I'm going to go back to my base menu. Now I'm going to take my probe delay and push that out. Here's my signal here. Okay, I want to see. Alright, that looks good. I wiped the coupling off. So that's a pretty clean looking signal. So I'm going to push that guy over and make him my initial pulse now. So probe delay, that thing over. There we go. I've still got my gate. That brings my 0.5 signal in pretty quickly, right there at 100%. Just for kicks and grins, let's see where it lands. 0.8, okay, or sorry, 80%, 60%, 40%, pretty close, and 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I'm going to roll that signal out just a little bit to see if I can clean it up and make it that much prettier. 20. There's 40 and 80. Get a little more coupling. 40 and 80, that can be changed with probe delay. It looks like I'm just a little off all the way back. So here's my signal, a little more coupling. There we go. Give it a little bit more gain so I can clean it up a little bit. I'm going to go back down here to my probe delay and push that over just a little bit. There we go. Right on 80%, right on 60%, right on 40 and 80. And there's my 20, 40, 60, 80. Got a little issue there. I'm going to probe delay this guy back, and then I'm going to velocity him in. So this is where you fight it for the longest time. Right on 60, right on 80, and there we are. Basically right on 100, just barely past. So I'm going to go to my A gate. Try and push this back in so you can see as much as possible. On my 1/2 inch, I'm going to go to my A gate. Positive means signal's going to come through it and it's going to give me my reading. Okay, so here's my start. Push this out here like this, and I'm reading about 0.511, but you also have to realize that that signal's out past my gate just a little bit. So I want to stretch this thing way out. So I'm going to bring it all the way in just like this. Okay, 0.400, that's good. There it is again, 0.300, 0.200, and first one, that's a flank, 0.100. So I would buy that. I'm within 3 or 4 thousandths every time depending on where my signal's landing. So I would call that good, and basically 0.404, that's plenty good. I'm about 12 thousandths out there, but my signal's not as pretty. So anyway, positive gate, I go back to my base menu. 1/2 inch range, that's steel. Doesn't matter if it was aluminum, I could just change my velocity. Display delay I don't want to use right now because I actually have a delay line built in, so that's important. Probe delay pushes that out and actually changes my signal. So if I just, for kicks and grins, looked at that, rolled this guy back to 0, right now I have not a very clean signal, but that moves everything, even my gate. So that doesn't do me any good. So you can see where things kind of get different there. So we want to push him back out to 0. It moves my gate and everything, but not my signals. And I want it to move my signals at this point. Oops. 0. And then you see it keeps my gate right there, but moves the signals. That's telling me I got a delay line transducer on. So there it is right there. Any questions? Feel free to let me know. I personally think both scopes work about the same. Buttons are a little bit different, but you still get the same information, the Epic XT or the USM 35. So if you have questions there, no big deal. The beautiful thing about YouTube is you got a stop and back up button if you're trying to calculate or calibrate all this stuff along with me. Anyway, any questions, let me know, and I will be glad to help you out. Thanks much.